everybody, Kevin here, and here's a little something for your performance edge. Car rides with Kevin style. This is big. It's going to be huge. You're going to want to save this because this is something I've said before. I'm going to say it again, and I always say this. Whatever is worth remembering is worth repeating. And this is a big one. It was a huge breakthrough, and I'm going to share it with you right now. So what happened is, got manager, new manager. I don't have influence. Kev, what do I do? I went to all these conferences. All these people said I needed to lift the lid. Like, what does that mean? Or like, I needed to know what my Enneagram is and their Enneagram is, or I need to know what their disc profile. Listen, I do the discs. I know all the Enneagram, like all that stuff. But sometimes you just need some practical tacticals. So I'm going to give them to you. Let me tell you what, I think the first key element when it comes to going to another level and establishing a level of influence as a manager is assessment. You need to be able to sit your team down and assess what the state of the union is, and you're going to have to embrace a lot of empathy, a lot of curiosity, a lot of understanding, a whole lot of grace to lean into and build relationships of trust because you sought to understand before trying to be understood, okay? Now, here's the deal. What does that look like? Well, we talk about this. Sometimes it's sitting with the group and saying, hey, you know, what do we need to clean up right now? What do we need to, follow up on right now? What do we need to set up? Where do we need to level up? Maybe it's, hey, what's right? What's wrong? What's missing? What's confused? But it's always the questions behind the questions that matter to people. People say things. There's emotion. There's all kinds of thoughts that get all jumbled around when people are trying to express either frustration or confusion or whatever. Listen, stop, pause, slow it down, and say back to them what they said so they look at you and go, oh, that's it. It's in your ability to articulate their issue in which they will give you the power. If you can say it better than they can say it, which is usually 99% of the time, if I can say it better than they can, they're going to allow me or give me permission to play a part in solving it. It is through assessment. It is a time in thing. You're going to have to talk to your boss and say, hey, we need to schedule a 90-minute session with our team. Maybe your boss is going to say no, but you know what a good leader does? A good leader gets his team together and says, I want to serve you well. Can we do it before work tomorrow morning and I'll bring donuts? Yes, you pay. Okay? So the thing is it is about establishing the context for engagement when it comes to dealing with issues or solving problems or making improvements. You're never going to have the level of juice you need to have if you don't spend the time and energy, and yes, I drank a lot of coffee today, the time and energy, okay, to really understand where things are really at. And because maybe you were one of them at one time, you were blind to all of it. Maybe the reason you're sitting in the position you're in is because you had a way of overcoming it or had a mentality that you brought to it that your boss saw and said, hey, I want someone leading our department who can do that. But here's the deal, gang. You got to slow down to go fast. Slow with people is fast. Fast with people is slow. You have to assess. You have to understand. You have to connect. You have to say it out loud. And here's the beautiful part. The 5 most important words in leadership are people support what they create. When that happens, when you have all the right, wrong, missing, confused, or hey, where do we need to level up? What do we need to set up? What do we need follow up? What do we need cleanups? All the what's building, what's booming, what's declining, what's tanking, whatever assessment you use, SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, threats, opportunities, whatever one you use with that group, you're going to send them and say, hey, everybody here gets 30 votes. Everyone here gets 40 votes. Put those on the ones you think are the most important. You're going to have a top 5. And you're going to then say, if we did these top 5 things, what would change? What will be the difference? And hear them talk and write it all out. Because then it sells them. Sells them on the outcome. Now it's like, what do we have to put in place? What do we need to do? I told you this is a car rides a level edition. Here they go. Ambulance is on its way. Hopefully someone's all right. Hopefully they get there in time. But the point I'm getting at here is this. Slow down, listen, take it in, let them weigh the version of what that is, put it in order, attack it, make that outcome, bring that outcome to life, and give them all the credit. I will tell you what, baby, in about 3 months, you will be doing some damage. You'll be giving shout outs and high fives. You're going to have a team, and you're going to do it again every stinking quarter. Now, with that said, it's yours. So go and see the invisible and then become unstoppable. Have a great one. Do